Is everybody ready? We're going to open up a brief statement with Coach and we'll take some questions after that.
Appreciate you guys coming out. Tip of the hat to Kim and her squad. I think we're coming off the back end of playing 3 teams that are going to be in the Sweet 16. And I think we've really battled hard. I'm really proud of our players. Love their fight, love their grittiness. I felt like there was a stretch at the end of the third that, again, we keep talking about being able to put 40 minutes together, and I thought that last maybe 2.5 minutes of the third, we had some tough possessions defensively, but we regrouped. You beat them 2 out of the 4 quarters. I think this is the same story every game lately, right? We're right there, right? So close. But what a great showing by our kids. I think they're playing really gritty. I think they're bought in. They're fighting, and that's what we're going to continue to do. And as hard as it is, I think we're looking forward to Sunday and going down to Texas A&M.
We'll take the first question.
For Avery and Grace, Coach just mentioned past 3 games against really good teams. You all put together pretty solid performances, especially at a time of year when it may be pretty easy to maybe experience a drop-off. What has these past week plus done for the team going forward?
Yeah, I don't want to speak for the team, but I think winning that Mississippi State game just kind of put a little taste of victory, on our team's mind. I think those past games we've really just kind of come in with a different focus. But as Coach P mentioned, we're still just putting together a 40-point game to win, against these top 25 teams. But I think when we are able to do that, hopefully we'll see some positive results.
Yeah, I mean, Coach P says this all the time, but all of us truly just work so hard, and day out, we're putting in the hours. And for me, it just gives me all the confidence. We've proven that we can compete with anyone in the country. We just got to be able to put a full 40 minutes together, and we're ready for Texas A&M.
Coach, obviously you guys are proud of your performances despite the losses the past few weeks, and rightfully so. You mentioned just trying to get over that hump. Is there anything specific you think you may need to do, or just keep going how you're going?
Yeah, proud but not satisfied. We go back as we always do, and we do a pretty thorough breakdown of game film, and we'll look at execution, we'll look at missed box out opportunities, missed opportunities to be a little bit more connected on the offensive end, trying to keep that ball hotter than we do. I thought in the first half the ball got stuck a lot. I thought we did a much better job in the second half of that ball movement. Just trying to give these girls as many tools as we can. The cheat code for how do you put 40 minutes together, and just understanding in those runs and those segments and those 2 to 4 minutes. And in this league, that's all it takes to separate yourself. It doesn't take 20 minutes to separate yourself. It can happen like that. I think it was a Tennessee game when we watched film. It was a minute 6. Did I say a minute 6 where it went? They went on a 9-0 run, and that was the difference. And so it's just these small little segments that can really make it challenging for you. But I just love the resiliency. I love the way we come back and battle. And for us, it's just the execution. We've got to do a better job at the free throw line for sure. We're leaving too many points out there from the free throw line, and we did the last couple games. And then I would just say ball security against these quality teams. You're absolutely going to turn the ball over. It's happening all over the league, but there's still that handful. There's that 6 or 7 possessions that are more self-inflicted. And those are the ones that we've got to do a better job with.
Grace and Avery, 6 games left in the regular season SEC tournament, and kind of an uphill battle to progress beyond that mark at the moment. What's a common goal you as players can kind of rally around as you get into this final stretch of the season?
I think for us, we're just taking it one game at a time. We can't look too far ahead. Right now, it's just focusing on going down to Texas A&M and getting a win, and then we have a bye week, regroup from there, and see what we can get done.
Yeah, I think Avery really hit it on the head. Just being able to go into every single game with the mindset that we've worked for this, we've prepared for this, and our coaches have helped us feel just free out there, and that we get to put everything out on that court.
And for Coach, just to kind of follow up on that, from your perspective, what is still possible to achieve this season? What's there still?
The only thing we're focused on is tomorrow's film session and win the day. And that's been our mindset from the very beginning of the year. It's just 0-0 mindset every day, and how do we grow and how do we get better? And that's simply all it is. You know, there's opportunities in front of us, and none of it matters if you don't win the day tomorrow. So that's where our mindset is, being where our feet are.
Coach, wanted to ask you about the moment before the game, being out here, you know, getting this game every year. What's that like for you to kind of have that moment right before basketball starts?
Yeah, you know, it's just cancer, you know, affects so many people, and sometimes it's your players' close family members and aunts and uncles, and everybody's got somebody, you know, and that's what we were talking about, just the toughness that, you know, whether it's breast cancer or a different kind of cancer, you know, the battle that they go through in the fight that they're in. And so, you know, when we're tired, it's like so much bigger than us. It really is. Like, we've got to show up and battle and represent for all of those that, you know, have just a really unfortunate journey, you know, and so it's, I don't know, it puts everything into perspective, right? Right now it's basketball, later on it's life, and I just think, you know, sometimes pushing pause and reflecting a little bit about the big picture and the battles that some people unfortunately have to go through, just kind of shifts your mindset a little bit, I think, in a really positive way.
For Grace, even though Avery didn't score tonight, how would you evaluate her contributions in basically every facet of the game otherwise, especially on the defensive end?
Yeah, I mean, Avery, she knows this. I tell her all the time. She's one of my favorite people to play with. Genuinely just, I mean, on and off the court, I feel like we have a really good connection, and what she brings to the basketball court might not always be acknowledged on the stat sheet, but she brings so much, whether it's energy, whether it's the defensive stops, whether it's just, you know, knowing the plays to help get us organized. I mean, it's hard to be a point guard, to be able to have someone pressuring you and to be able to get your team set up. So I just have so much respect for her, and I think she does a great job of being a point guard and a leader on our team.
For Grace, Coach has talked about several times you kind of moving up the scouting report in year 2. Had a pretty good game yourself, 7-10. Coach Kim Mulkey had high praise for you after the game. What's it like to just consistently go out there and put up these good performances, especially just as a sophomore?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it's just trying to do what the team needs. You know, not every night you're going to have the hot hand. But once again, I feel like I play with a great group of teammates that just do a good job of finding me, whether it's in transition. And then, you know, on the coaching side, we work really hard every day to, you know, try to be able to do what our team needs. So, yeah.
Coach, your team was leading entering the second quarter, and then LSU got hot from the field. What did you see in that quarter?
Yeah, I just felt like it was the last couple of minutes of the third. We didn't get matched up very well in transition, you know, and like I said, it happens in a hurry. But I do think it was really came down to that 2.5, 3-minute stretch there at the end of the second.
Coach, you're able to force 14 LSU turnovers. That only gets turned into 9 points. What can you do to translate into more easy buckets?
Yeah, you know, it's like other teams see the kind of turnovers you have, right? Other teams are turning those into buckets for them. What did it end up? I didn't even look. 21-9 off turnovers. And so I think, you know, I think defensively we're doing a good job. We're being disruptive. I think we're getting our hands on a lot of things. It just doesn't seem like they're the live ball turnovers that we have an opportunity to go and take advantage of. So to me, you know, that stat line changes drastically with the kind of turnovers you're having. And again, you are going to turn the ball over in this league. It is a very physical league, very physical, very athletic league. But the 5 to 7 turnovers, that seems like every game that are within our control, that are unguardable at the other end, those are the ones that we've got to find a way to eliminate.
We'll take 1 or 2 more if you guys have them.
Yeah, for Avery, from a defensive standpoint, can you talk about the challenge that comes with guarding a player like Flo-J? And I know she struggled early on, and things kind of seemed to shift when she found that rhythm. You know, what's that like on the court, trying to slow her down, really?
Yeah, I mean, in the SEC, you're playing against the best of the best, future WNBA players, and all of them are just great offensive players. But, you know, I take a lot of pride in my defense and just try to do anything I can to get a stop or be a great helper when I'm guarding someone who maybe isn't as offensively dynamic. And so just doing anything I can and just working really hard.
Coach, as this 3-game stint has come to a close against, like you said, 3 Sweet 16 teams, what have you learned about this team and the way that they consistently compete in these matchups?
That they're warriors. I mean, just they freaking battle. They show up every day in that locker room and they, got their journals and their pens out and they're ready to, dissect the last game. They ask questions. They're interactive. I think these guys do a great job setting the tone in practice. Sometimes it just takes one to really set that tone. I think Averi's done an incredible job for us. I mean, just a sophomore coming off a year of not playing, or junior, but sophomore eligibility wise. So her first time really going through the gauntlet of the SEC. And I just think her game just continues to go like this. And I don't know, I think it speaks a lot about their heart posture, to be honest with you. How they show up, and a lot of coaches have been very complimentary about how hard they play, and I couldn't agree more. And now we've just got to execute a little bit better on both ends of the ball.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.